First of all, huge vote of confidence when you look at BlackRock and its ability to try to do this after dozens of companies have come forward and tried to create a Bitcoin ETF with no avail from the SEC and an approval for the process. We know Grayscale has sued in this regard, trying to get their conversion of GBTC into an ETF. So what's different when it comes to BlackRock? One thing is a surveillance sharing agreement when it comes to NASDAQ and the ability to really monitor what's going on with this ETF in real time. Another thing that is really interesting is the custodians themselves, because not only do you have Bank of New York Mellon that you're looking at as one of the custodians here when you think about the cash holdings, but Coinbase as well when it comes to the Bitcoin holdings. So you have another vote of confidence, not just in Bitcoin, but in Coinbase also, Matt, really just days after you saw the SEC sue Coinbase for another matter when it comes to the crypto world and the listing of certain assets. So this would be large for Bitcoin, given how many people are on the sidelines that would want a spot Bitcoin ETF to gain exposure with the confidence of the likes of BNY Mellon and BlackRock behind it. Will the SEC have more faith in a giant like BlackRock? When you look at what Bloomberg Intelligence is estimating, they expect kind of a 50-50 chance of approval by the end of the year, and even more so when you think beyond this year alone.
And then what would the implications for prices actually be, Sonali, should we see this happen, which, of course, is no guarantee?
Yeah, no guarantee at all, given the stance the SEC has had so far when it comes to Bitcoin ETFs. But again, BlackRock is another game in town. So do they change the equation here? With how many advisor assets are on the sidelines here, you would imagine that it could really encourage a lot more people to get in with a trusted, really, retirement provider, an ETF provider here like BlackRock. There's a sense that it will encourage more people to come in, but with the uncertainty, you don't see that massive price movement right now. And again, we're still talking about Bitcoin here. We're not talking about all these other types of crypto assets that are still out there that are drawing more scrutiny from the SEC. Of course, I'm sure you'll talk about it a lot. There's Ether that there's a large question around as well when the SEC will handle how they treat Ether and Bitcoin as assets relative to a lot of the other things we're seeing out there.